Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Essence of Femininity, your certified professional life and recovery coach for codependency recovery, and I'm also known as I'm Yellow Butterfly on YouTube. Today, I want to dive deep into a topic that resonates with so many of us, especially those of us who are on a journey of recovering from codependency. And I think I'm going to title this, Why Do We as People with Codependent Tendencies Care So Much About What Others Think of Us? Maybe I need to shorten that. Now, this is something I've personally wrestled with for a long time, understanding why we put so much weight on others. This can actually be a crucial step forward in breaking free from some of that codependency, that cycle of codependency that can go from you to your children and on and on and on. So let's start talking about where this need of validation and approval actually comes from. For many of us, codependency often begins in childhood. We may have grown up in environments where love and approval was conditional instead of unconditional. Maybe it was based on how well we behaved, or how much we were able to meet the needs of another, whether those needs were emotional, physical, or even practical needs. In these situations, we learned that our self-worth was tied to the approval of others. As a result, we became so hyper aware of how people perceived us. We actually learned how to adapt and to mold ourselves into what we thought other people wanted us to be, or how they wanted us to be. And this became our survival mechanism. It became a way that we survive and ensure that we receive love, care, and validation, the things that we needed. I want to move into what this looked like into adulthood, because this pattern does continue as we become adults. We find ourselves constantly, and I mean constantly, people pleasing, trying to please everyone around us, trying to keep them happy, sometimes at our own expense, our own happiness, our own well-being. And why do we do this? Well, because we've internalized the belief that if we don't meet the approval of others, they're not happy with us, and we're going to be somehow less valuable and worthy. Our self-worth goes down the drain. It's as if their opinion about us defines who we are, and that's a heavy burden to carry. But it's one that many of us with codependent tendencies know far too well, unfortunately. And if this resonates with you, click like and make sure you share this. Now, let's talk about the impact this has on our self-esteem, okay? When we care too much about what other people think, we hand over our power. We give it over to them. Our self-worth becomes dependent on external validation rather than our own internal sense of self. This can actually lead to a constant state of anxiety. I've experienced that as we worry about, rather, we're measuring up to others' expectations. It is so damn exhausting, and it can prevent us from being our authentic selves because we're too busy trying to be what other people think we should be or what we think they want us to be. The truth is, when we prioritize others over ourselves, we lose sight of who we are. We might even forget what we genuinely like or what we genuinely want in life because we're so focused on being who others need us to be for them so that they can achieve what they want to achieve out of life. So you ask, how do we begin to break free from this, from this need of validation, from this need of approval? And how do we begin to be ourselves? Well, first, it's important to acknowledge and understand where these tendencies come from, okay? And like I mentioned earlier, for many of us, it's deeply rooted in our past, our upbringings, our relationships with parents, our experience, the things that we saw, the traumas we experienced. But understanding it is just the first step. The real work begins when we start to challenge these patterns, One of the most powerful things we can do is to begin to develop a strong sense of self. This means taking the time to explore who we are, what we like, what we value, what we want out of life. Be independent of other people and their expectations and develop our own expectations for ourselves. We have to practice self-compassion. We need to remind ourselves that we are worthy regardless of what others think about us. Our value is not determined by how much we can please another person or how well we can conform to their expectations. That's the problem. And that's what we have to acknowledge. But finally, we have to embrace that authenticity is key. And I know you hear me say this all the time. When we begin to live authentically, true to ourselves, true to our values and our desires, we start to let go of that constant need for validation and that constant need for their validation. We realize that we don't need anyone to approve of us. We don't need anyone to like us. What's more important is that we like ourselves, and then all of that happens for us naturally. This is a process, guys, and it doesn't happen overnight, but with time, with practice, with coaching and self-awareness, we can begin to care less about what others think of us and more about how we feel for ourselves. So, with all that said, if you constantly find yourself worrying about what others think, I want you to remember this. I want you to know that you are enough just as you are. Your worth is not defined by others' opinions. And as you continue on your journey of healing from codependency, know that you have the power to reclaim your sense of self, to live authentically, and to find true happiness. Not in other people's approval, but within your own self, with your own approval. I want you to visit my site, check out the link, and let's get started with your coaching. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who you think might need to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on codependency recovery and personal growth. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now. Are you ready to break free from codependency and reclaim your sense of self? Introducing the Essence of Femininity's 21-day Codependency Recovery Mastery Program starting May 1st, 2024. Led by a certified professional life and recovery coach, this program offers guidance and support to help you navigate the complexities of codependency and foster healthier relationships. But hurry! Participation is limited and seats are filling up fast. Don't miss this opportunity to embark on a journey of healing and empowerment. The Essence of Femininity, empowering you to reclaim your authenticity and live a life of freedom.